they're able to do as a result of what you give them here is you have a share of that reward. Imagine on the Day of Judgment, like seeing this mountain of good deeds, and you're like, Ya Allah, where's this come from? And then Allah tells you the story of how you donated £1, £5,000, £100, £10,000, £40,000, whatever you donated, and you did this. And as a result, this happened, and this khair, and this good, and this good, and that good, and this good. And this person became an alim, and this person became an inventor and created something that cured cancer. Whatever it is, you'll see the story of that khair. And then you'll realize this mountain of deeds just was one act. One act you did once. And yet look at how it transformed you, your heart, and your place with Allah. I'm going to tell you a very short story. It's an important story for me, because when I stand here in front of you, I can't ask you to do something that I haven't done myself. And I call it my sadaqah journey, and I started it about 4.5 years ago. Before that, I was like most people. You give your pennies, you give your pounds, you give what you're able to, whatever's in your pocket, you just give. And there's khair in it, there's goodness in it, and Allah will reward you for it. But you haven't started your sadaqah journey yet. Not your real one. Not the journey of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, not the journey of the great sages, men and women of the past. No, we haven't started that yet. For me, it started 4.5 years ago in month of Ramadan. I was sitting in the audience like you, and there was a fundraiser on stage, and they were asking for £10,000. And I sat there quite still, because I didn't have £10,000 in my account at that time. So I was quite happy. And I knew that there were some really wealthy people in that audience. It was in Birmingham, my blessed city of Birmingham Sharif, and we were on the Edgbaston cricket ground. And so I'm sitting there quietly, just waiting into that celebratory moment. Someone puts their hand up. But sitting behind me is a little girl, Malika Ashifa, one of my 3 daughters. She was 10 at the time. She's as fierce now as she was then. And she pulled my jacket and said, "Papa, put your hand up." I was like, "Sweetheart, you don't understand. Can't do it. Don't have it. I can't do it." And you'd think that would be enough, right? Not for Malika. What she said next completely changed my life. I haven't got time to tell you the story, but I'll just tell you this. What she says next has resulted now in thousands of women on the other side of the world in Jordan, Syrian women being able to give birth safely, free of charge, as a result of what she did in that moment. It's a long story, I haven't got time to tell you it, but the barakah, if I could tell you the branches of barakah and blessings that have come from this one moment of what she says next, you'll be amazed. You know what she says to me? My 10-year-old daughter. She says, "Papa, have yaqeen, have certainty in the promise of Allah and His Messenger that no person's wealth reduces because of giving in charity." What do you do when your 10-year-old daughter teaches you your religion? You got to man up. So I was like, okay, all right, okay, I got this. Boom! Takbir, Allahu Akbar! I'm like, oh my days. What have I done? What have I just done? And I made dua in that moment. I said, "Ya Allah, let me bring that money together by whatever means you see fit." And I procrastinated and put it off, but when we actually got round to doing it, do you know how long it took us to pull together £10,000? Never done this before. 7 days. 7 days. Getting the money was the easy bit. Earning that money, pulling that money together from, whatever sources, that was the easy bit. But putting my hand up that night felt impossible. But you know what? That's not even the best bit of this whole story. The best bit of this story is after the event, 3 very wealthy people in the audience came up to me and said, "Faraz, I wasn't going to put my hand up. For some reason, my heart was closed. When I saw you put your hand up and I knew that you didn't have it, and we do, we felt ashamed. And we put our hand up and said, we're giving as well. If he can give and he doesn't have it, and I've got it, then I will give." I want the first person in this room who says that they can give £10,000. Who's the first person who can give it, who's got it, who knows how to pull it together, and can put their hand up and say, "I will do it." If Malika can teach me my religion, she can teach one of you. Who's the first person who says, I've got it, and I can give it? Who's the first person in this room who can do that? I know there's one of you. There's somebody in this room who has it, who knows how to pull it together, who can make that commitment, and could do that right now, and can put their hand up. If that's you, put your hand up. If you think you know, I didn't know that night how I was going to do it. But somehow, alhamdulillah, it all came together. That is tawakkul. That's putting your trust and reliance on Allah. If you've got it, just give it. Let it go. Don't be that person when the angel of death comes and you're crying to Allah, please just let me go back. I didn't give enough. I was a millionaire. I only gave £100, or I gave this, or I gave that. Nothing compared to what you gave me, Allah. There was no sacrifice for me. Yes, you'll get your bits of reward, but there was no sacrifice. I didn't really give. I didn't give from what I loved. I just gave from what I didn't care about. That's not sadaqah. Where's my first person? Where's the first person who commits to giving £10,000? I know there's got to be one person in this room. If I can do it, I know somebody in this room can do it. Where are you? Where are you? I just need one person. I can barely see. Lights are shining in my face. I know there's one of you. You can do it. Maybe you do it as a group of friends. Maybe you do it as a business. It's only, even if we go back to the 40,000, it's £3,000 a month. Maybe 3 of you can afford £1,000 a month, and you can do that together. If it's £20,000, that's about £1,500 a month. Maybe 3 of you can pay £500 a month, and you can make this happen. And in 12 months, one of the worst decisions I ever made in my life was when I was a management consultant, earning a lot of money, alhamdulillah, working in this area in northwest London for the NHS. I was making a lot of money, alhamdulillah, and so £500 a month was nothing for me. So I decided to get myself, me and my family, we were 7 of us then, to get myself a really nice car. I got myself an Audi Q7. Loved it. It's a beautiful car, right? But you know, after a year or 2 of doing that, I was kicking myself. Why did I do this? When that £500 a month could have helped me build one of these things within a year, within 2 years. Why did I do that? And I know that I only did it for my ego. I know I did. I'm honest. I did it. I could have got a different car, but I got that car because I like the feeling of getting in and out of that car. I like people saying, "MashaAllah, look at your lovely car." It's true. I'm being honest. But I will never, never, never make that decision again. I will never see value in a material thing over something that can transform the lives of other people. The example of the Prophet Muhammad is really simple. Take from this world what you need, and the rest, use it. Strive in the way of Allah. Strive to free people, to take homeless